everyone. Today I'm creating this little card, and I needed to make a card for someone, but I was given this magazine. My mom gives me these magazines, and I thought, what pretty color combinations. So we've got some pinks, and I've got some oranges and yellows, and of course greens. And I really loved the lines in here. So I'm going to try and somewhat use that vibe or that feel in here. Depending on where I go with this, I will maybe use my little black micron pencil, or maybe once I see it, I might want to use that white acrylic marker. So we'll just see where this goes. I hadn't practiced this yet. I also had these little flowers on my desk, and they kind of reminded me of those colors as well. So I've got that feel going here. This is the Strathmore cards I've shared with you quite often. I love them. They're watercolor cards, and let me show you the envelopes that go with them, which is one of the reasons why I also love them. So this is actually in half. I just kind of taped it down. I probably should put a piece right here. So this is half of the card. I'm going to paint on this side. And this is the letter, which has this beautiful little, oops, sorry about that. This is the envelope, and this is the beautiful edge it has on there. I have painted on the envelopes, but I don't think they're really made for that. But if you don't use too much water, I've done that, and it actually works pretty well. What I'm going to do first is create a little bit of a washy background. And I just had an idea while I'm painting this, but too late. I can't retape this. I have another idea I will share with you guys in a video. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is create kind of a washy background. Let me grab my, let's see, I think I'll use, it's this, oh, by the way, I wanted my background to kind of drip and move a bit. So I'm using my Meeden table easel, which I have a lot of fun with. I don't show it often. I don't know why. I need to more. It's really fun. I love this easel. So there you go. Let's see. This is that Zen Art kit I tell you a lot about because I love the brush holder. I love their brushes too. I think what I'll use, since I'm going to be doing kind of a wash here, and this comes with a lot of brushes, you guys. As you can see, what I love about this is I can put all my own brushes, pencils, all kinds of fun things in here, and it just wraps right up and really easy to travel with because I paint a lot in coffee shops and camping. So this is Zen Art. Let's see, this is the 1/2 inch mop. So I'm assuming that's going to hold a lot of water. I do love their brushes. I bought this last year. I must have bought it on Amazon. And I like it because it was female owned and she was a mommy. And I love that because I know how hard it is to be a creator. So I really like her brushes. Okay. What I'm going to do, I think what I'll do first is let's just start out with kind of a wet on wet. So I'm wetting the paper, and these mop brushes work absolutely perfect for that, as you probably know. I wanted to get some drips in here too, which is another reason why I'm working on this tilt. I think that's always really fun. All right, what I'm going to use next is, let's see, let me grab let's get another brush out of the Zen Art kit since we're on a roll here. I think I'll use, I've got my Princeton brushes in here too. Where is her brush? My goodness. Let's see, what's this? Okay, here's her, oh, that's another mop brush. Well, that's okay. It's a little bit smaller, but I do like using these with wet and wet because they hold so much water. Okay, So there we go. The background I think I will do with that light pink. Oh, and by the way, in case you're wondering, I'm going to go ahead as usual and I use my Meeden paints because, you know, I'm obsessed with them and all the different colors. I think today I might even use a little bit of these acrylics. This is their bigger set. That does include those metallics. Not acrylics, metallics. Okay, so let's kind of start going in here. Might pick up some of that rose red. And this is why I wanted to work on a tilt today, because I wanted some of these pretty drips and things. I kind of, years ago, I used to do a lot of painting with drips. Some people like it, some don't. I always liked it because, of course, I'm pretty, I like abstracts. I like things to look very organic. I think the next color I might add in there, because I'm kind of liking it in the picture, is maybe a little bit of cad yellow or orange. So let's just add in a little bit of that. I think those colors are so pretty together. I'm trying not to mix them too much because then they're just going to turn into like a pale orange, which is pretty too, but I wanted them to be kind of separate. What we also could have done here is just splatter maybe, which maybe I will do that. So what you're seeing here is some of just the water drops. And then let's let those kind of move and blend. It's so funny because I have been a Princeton brush user for years, which I like the Velvetouch. And lately I've been kind of challenging myself to use some more of these soft bristle brushes, and I'm really enjoying them, which is very interesting. Okay, I'm going to hit this quickly because it's winter here and things don't dry so quick with my heat gun. So let me just turn that on. This thing is a lifesaver. Pardon the sound. And let's just dry this. And you can't see, but this paper is buckled a little bit, not too bad, because this is water paper. It's a Strathmore paper. Look at how pretty these colors are. Doesn't that give you the same vibe as this? I just thought that cover was so pretty. And then I'm just going to go in and kind of do some one-line drawings of flowers on here. There we go. So these are a really pretty background for any of your flowers too. You could put salt in there and do all kinds of fun things. But I wanted to start creating some springtime cards. Okay. So because this is so pale, I think I am going to go ahead. This is a brand new Micron pen, so hopefully it's working well. Yep. Okay. And let's just go in and see if we can create a couple fun things here. So let's start here. I almost need that center so I can kind of keep track. Like that. And then let's maybe draw another one here. Let's see, they've got another one down here. Kind of copying some of the petals they've got in here. This one actually has a little bud coming out. It's really fun. I remember in high school taking a class and we could only use one line. It was really kind of fun. So let's see. So I've got 3 here. I've got all different directions going, which is that contrast, very interesting. And I think I want to, I might even go in and add a little bit more color in here too, you guys. We'll see. So let's draw a bud coming out here like that. Maybe some little leaves. Let's do another one, maybe right here. Kind of copying this picture that I've got here. There we go. So this is just really, to me, fun practice for an evening. This is the kind of stuff I like to practice at night because I didn't rehearse this. I didn't do anything, so I really never know what I'm going to come up with, which can be kind of scary when I'm videotaping for sure. And then let's maybe do a little tiny flower here. There we go. Just some fun flowers. Get a little creative. Maybe we can have a little leaf coming out there. So I'm trying to see where my eye is being led, and I feel like I need one to come out over here a little bit, like this. Kind of drawing what I see here, like that. Some of those little sepals, just to make it kind of interesting. So there we go. Let's see now if we can go in, and I'm actually now going to use, let's see, how about my 6 round Princeton, because it's got a thin thing, and I'm just going to splash a little green on here. And green and these pinks are a contrasting or complementary color, so this will be interesting. So let's just go in and do a little bit. I'm not going to be real particular with this. I'm just kind of swooshing the paint on. I'm going to add a little bit of the tree green to that just because I love that color, which is, let me show you the color in the My Lang palette. And if you get the smaller palette, it doesn't have these metallics, so you can just get these. But I love this tree green. I think it's so pretty. And then the sap green. Those are kind of my favorites, my go-tos. Just plain, kind of adding some of those in. But look how pretty the complementary colors are. And then how about, let's see, let's add a little brighter pink. We could even do some yellow. Let's try some yellow. Just picking it up in my palette here. I want to keep this pretty loose. Don't want to add too much because I feel that might take away from that organic feel. So I'm just picking up some pink paint here. There we go. Ooh. And let's just kind of color that in. So I've got pink here, pink here. I want to bring some of that down here, like that. Then maybe these can be a little bit of that cad orange and yellow. And notice how I'm really not being real particular with this. I'm just kind of throwing that paint on. Now, I feel like I want some of that yellow, that cad yellow and orange to be splattered a bit. So, just like that. Look how pretty. This is the advantage of just playing. And you know what happens is you'll start pulling out your unique style for this. So look at that. Isn't that lovely? I got that feel I wanted. And if you don't have an easel, of course, you could probably make something at home. But I do love this easel. It's kind of a perfect style size. Let me show you. Oh, I don't know if I can. But it just fits right here on my desk, and it does raise up and you can lower it. So I really enjoyed having this easel. And I think I'm done. The only thing I might want to add here is my initials. And that's it. Look at that beautiful card. How fun and easy. All right, everybody. And remembering, you know, these Zen Art brushes, I really have been enjoying them lately. Gosh, I bought them a year ago. But as I said, they're very soft bristles. And those are really good because they hold a lot of water. You can really move them around. Now, I do believe the Princeton, like you see me normally use, is great for a beginner because they're a little bit stiffer. You have a little bit more control. So kind of your choice. If you're using the Dagatos, those are fabulous as well. Let me see if I can find my Dagato. And I always say, you know, if you're a beginner and you're just not quite ready to invest in the Princetons, these Dagatos are fabulous. I've had these a year now, you guys. And look at the point. The point is still really great. Make sure you're protecting that point. And these hold less water than the softer bristles. They're pretty snappy, comparable, I think, to the Princeton Snap. So anyway, just a few little fun facts. I hope you give this a try. Let's go ahead, because the favorite part for me is always, now I normally would let my painting dry, but because you can't see it here, but it's pulling off the paper a little bit because it's a little bit wet. So I'm kind of regretting this, but I want to show you, darn, how pretty that edge is. There we go. Kind of got through that. I try to, when I pull tape, number one, wait for it to dry, but number two, to pull it along with the paper, not to lift up on it, because that's when you will rip your paper. So let's try this one. Hopefully this one is a little bit better, probably because it's not wet on the other side. There we go. Yeah, so this one's pretty okay. I also need to get some different tape. My tape's quite old, and oops, see, ooh-wee, my tape's kind of old, and I think it's not working real well. Take off the top one. Here we go. I always love this part, removing the tape, because look at this beautiful little border. I think it gives it such, especially on cards, kind of a professional feel. Look at that beautiful little border. I would love to get this card. So let's take off one more piece here. Here we go. I think I'll do a little landscape with this type of technique as well. That could be fun. Maybe some hills. There we go. And now we've got our beautiful card. We could create some drips here. There we go. I like the drips, but if you don't, you certainly don't have to do that. But I always liked drips. Now, for some of you, you may be going, oh my gosh, she's going to ruin her beautiful painting with drips. But I've always liked them. I think they're really cool, and they lead to a really organic feel. If you don't like them, you can take a little, let's see. Well, you could take a dry brush and just pick it up. That's one way. but I kind of like the drips. All right, everybody, I hope you give this little card a try. Not going to bend it yet. It's still a little wet. And just have fun and play. All right, I will see you all soon. Thanks so much for being part of my little community, and happy painting.